we do start tonight with breaking news. President Trump has announced a ceasefire between Israel and Iran going into place in just a few hours. Neither Iran or Israel have said anything about that ceasefire yet.
It comes after Iran fired missiles at a U.S. airbase in Qatar this morning. The strike was not a surprise. President Trump saying Iran gave the U.S. a heads up about the retaliation after U.S. strikes on 3 Iranian nuclear sites over the weekend. The Al Udeid Air Base is the largest U.S. base in the Middle East. So far, there have been no reports of casualties. Reaction is pouring in to both the president's actions over the weekend and the retaliation.
We had 40,000 servicemen, men and women over there in that region, and they were in imminent danger, as was our allies in Israel, and as were we.
Not a scintilla of evidence to date has been presented that I have seen to justify the notion that there was an imminent threat to the United States of America. If the administration has evidence to the contrary, come up to present it.
The escalations have prompted new warnings of heightened threat environments here in the U.S. Governor Polis said Sunday he is not aware of any Colorado-specific threats.
Many, though, still worried about the potential for further retaliation, especially a possible cyber attack. Your reporter, Northern Colorado, Dylan Thomas, joins us live tonight.
And Dylan, you've been speaking with cybersecurity experts about these risks.
And those cybersecurity experts tell me that the cyber attack is the least lethal and cheapest way for an adversary to try and punch back. At least one cyber expert tells me that it isn't a matter of if Iran will try and complete a cyber attack here in the United States, but when and how.
Launching a cyber attack is actually not very expensive.
Which is why a cyber attack on America may be ideal for our foreign adversaries.
It's likely to happen. It's a matter of time when it will happen.
Indrajit Ray is a professor of computer sciences in Northern Colorado.
It's one of the very important research agenda that we have at Colorado State University. We need to train the next generation workforce in defending against cyber physical systems attacks.
Ray said America's known vulnerabilities when it comes to our power grid and water distribution systems make them prime targets for those looking to retaliate or attack. He says there's a way for all of us to help prevent an attack, and it starts with the smartphones and tablets most of us use every single day.
All the devices are so much connected with each other, and these are essentially computing devices. So it's pretty well known that many of these devices have vulnerability. So what it takes is just to recognize what vulnerabilities exist in some of these connected devices, and then exploit those vulnerabilities through malware.
With smart homes becoming more popular, once someone hacks into your phone, it's easier for them to then hack your smart thermostat or even into the water meter.
These are ultimately connected to the electrical power grid. The launching pad will be exploiting these devices, and then they can be leveraged to get into the electrical power grid.
While expecting cyber attacks by those we have conflict with, Ray said it likely won't be the level of attack to cause chaos.
There will be some, but not probably that's something that will cripple the U.S. economy or, completely cripple the nation. So I'm not expecting that, but definitely it's likely to happen.
So I was curious, what can you and I do to help prevent these cyber attacks? Well, I'm told for right now, make sure that your passwords are unique depending on your devices and also your different platforms. Don't use one default password. And also make sure you're not using the factory set password to devices as well. Also make sure you try and do software updates as soon as you can, as the whole design of those is usually to prevent and patch these vulnerabilities. Reporting live, Dylan Thomas, covering Colorado First.
So many great tips. Dylan, thank you.
Community members and Colorado leaders are all responding to the events in Iran. You can read statements from Governor Polis, Congresswoman Lauren Boebert, Representative Jason Crow, and others on CBSColorado.com.